So my new track, Twilight, started off as a very terrible demo. It sounded like this. And after realizing it sounded so bad, I thought I need to work on this a lot more to make it sound like the final product. To do that, I basically scrapped the whole song and started from scratch. And I wanted this song to be my most aggressive and ambitious song yet, not only with the song, but also the video and the artwork, and just be completely, almost ridiculous. I sent the track and the demo to Rory Hope. I was like, do you know a female vocalist who might be suited to this track? Because he's a very good judge of who's good and who could help me on this track. And he fired me a voice note back and he was like, hang on, listen to this. And he was like singing the melody.
Yeah, I fucking love that. That's really cool. I've got like blaze it to the dawn, but like big vocal. Into the dawn.
And I was like, that's it, that's perfect. Let's do it, let's get you on the track.
The song actually came around when Vekken came to me with the idea and said, do I know any top liners or do I know any female artists that he thinks could sing on the track? To be honest, I was quite inspired straight away. I thought it was great. I thought the lift and the energy was just really kind of like slightly dark, but this kind of big room banger feel, which I love when it comes to writing EDM songs. So straight away I had a hook in mind and some melodies that I sent back in a voice note, which he seemed to like, which is really positive. It kind of reminded me of the constant urge to like want to go out when I was a kid and then constantly trying to find a way to go and drink with my friends again. So it was almost every single weekend before university. Every single Saturday there was an excuse. It was, we're going here, it's going to be the same routine, same clubs in a row. And that was kind of the reason for saying, you know, we don't need no sunlight, we're slaves to the darkness, we just love doing this kind of thing, let's just embrace the twilight. So that's kind of where we landed on that message. Nostalgic in a way, because I don't drink at all anymore. So it was quite fun to write.
We worked together for a few months and we basically went back and forth. Very normal process, but it was an exciting process because I wanted this song to be really different from my previous stuff. It's almost a little bit melancholy, a little bit sad, but still kind of progressive and uplifting. And
I remember when I was writing the track, there was elements to the song that gave me like a 30 Seconds to Mars vibe, but like early 30 Seconds to Mars. Obviously this is dance, so it's not 30 Seconds to Mars, but that's where the dark side came from anyway. The darker, meaningful, a bit more grungy vocal idea came from. And then it obviously developed from there and became more dancey. And I think you helped me tweak the melody slightly to give the build more presence, which was really cool.
So once we had the vocal, I slapped the vocal in, finished the song. I completely changed the drop from the old drop, which I played in my live set in the garden.
Embrace the twilight.
For me, that melody wasn't quite what I was hoping for, so I just changed it and I went back and forth. I had that 5, 6 different melodies. Then I came on the do-do-do-do-do. I remember recording a voice note into my phone going do-do-do-do-do, slapped it into Logic and then made the melody and added in some pitch bends, so it actually went do-do-do-do-do. And so it goes down at the end, so it gives a bit of flavour. And after that, that was essentially the track, completely changed. Once I'd finished the track, I was aware that I needed to do a video and I really wanted to do something ambitious. So I spent a couple of weeks thinking, what do I really want to do that I could capture in a video? Like a really good experience that I could capture and that I would be able to tell a good story. Always wanted to see the Northern Lights, but I've never actually gone through with it or planned it or done anything with it. So I thought, okay, let me speak to Bilal Booney, one of my very good friends from college who studied on the same media course as me and is also a filmmaker. So I got in contact with him. I was like, Bilal, do you fancy going for one day to Iceland to see the Northern Lights? Very high risk. And he came back to me and he was like, George, let me come back to you. About 40 seconds later, the phone starts ringing and he goes, yep, I'm in, let's do it.
In fact, you know what? I was in Italy at the time. I wasn't even in England. And you'd sent me a voice note and I was thinking, bloody hell, in a week's time he wants to go to, you know, in the first week of January. I haven't even got back. New Year's hasn't even happened. He wants to go to another country, shoot this thing, make it happen. There's no guarantee that we're going to see the Northern Lights because especially that time of year, the weather's going to be really bad. It's going to be really windy, really cloudy. And if you speak to anybody there in Iceland, they're going to tell you, good luck, because the weather's really bad at the moment. And even when we spoke to the border guards, they were like, I don't think it's going to happen, honestly.
When we got there, it was the most cloudy, windy, raining, awful weather conditions you've ever seen. It was like 50-mile-an-hour winds. And so I literally took my camera, my drone, Bilal took his camera, and we could barely get anything. We got a few bits and bobs, as you would have seen in the video, and if you haven't seen it, you can click up here to watch it. But I couldn't even get the drone up, which was a very, very big part of the video, because Iceland is this amazing, most beautiful place probably I've been in a long time. And I wanted to capture that from an aerial view, but I couldn't do that because it was so windy and the drone was like flying like this. And yeah, I didn't want my drone flying into the sea.
Logistically, how it worked was you'd reached out, and within the span of, I think, about a week, we went from the initial idea to just flying straight out there, recording as much as we could and trying to see the Northern Lights. We've hired a car, we booked our flights, booked the plane, and we stayed in that car for like, I don't know how many hours, like from driving to different spots to try and see them, to sitting in the car for like 6 hours straight, just watching, looking through the clouds, trying to find the right opportunity to see them, getting up an app where we could see where the aurora was, and getting up a weather map to see where the clouds would be better. And we were trying to do as much as we could in that short period of time.
And so it was just a bit of a nightmare. And then in the evening, it was completely cloudy and it was not possible to see the Northern Lights. And at that time, I didn't really know that there were so many variables in it being able to see the Northern Lights. You need it to be clear, not cloudy, and you need it to be a high geomagnetic activity in the sky. So there's a lot of factors that come together that need to happen for you to see the Northern Lights.
You could go to Iceland with more preparation, wait for better time. And I think the risk of not being able to see them was almost the allure of what made it special, because it was like not guaranteed.
Ultimately, we didn't really get that much. And in the evening, you can guess it, we got to another lighthouse where we parked up, and we camped there for like 5-6 hours till about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was just nothing. No visible signs of Northern Lights. They were just not going to happen. So we had to call it a day, go back to the hotel, and then fly home because we were leaving very early in the morning. And when I got home, I was thinking, I can't just leave it on that. I can't have this video just be. We went, we tried, and we failed. So I went back to the drawing board. I planned it properly. I was waiting for the perfect weather conditions on the perfect day on the forecast. After 4 or 5 weeks, the perfect day came up. As I saw that weather coming, I was like, right, I'm gonna book the flights, I'm gonna go now. And so I went to go, and Bilal couldn't make it, so my friend Nathan, I had to borrow him. So thank you, Nathan, if you're watching this. We got there, it was like such a precise operation. We knew, right, we're gonna be here at this time, we're gonna go there, we're gonna go there, we're gonna get the bits. And once we piled it all together, we got some really, really nice stuff that day. And it gives me goosebumps. I can't stop smiling about the stuff we got, because it was really, probably the most beautiful video I've ever shot. The only thing that we were missing was the Northern Lights. So we ate some dinner, we went back to the lighthouse, same place me and Bilal were at just a few weeks ago. And then out of nowhere, it happened. Not the Northern Lights. We got drove into by some idiot who literally just slammed into the back of our car in this icy car park. We were parked up with a load of other cars out the way, and this guy just drove straight into the back of our hire car, dented it, scratched it. So I jumped out, I was like, oh, this day, it's not going the way, it's not our day. Got out, was looking at the bumper, the guy was apologizing. And as I was looking at the bumper, I looked up in the sky and I saw this like faint line. I looked at Nathan, I was like, let's go, let's do it. Let's get the cameras, let's get over there. And I left the guy looking at the car, I grabbed the camera and the tripod, I legged it over to the side, put the camera down, got the time lapse going and saw this. And as you can see, it's one of the most beautiful things you could possibly see. It was absolutely amazing. And out of nowhere, there was just an amazing time lapse. And that completed the video, that completed the trip.
The great bit about the video, the film, it's not about doing what you planned. It's about like having fun whilst you're there, enjoying as much as you could. Things don't always go to plan. Things don't always work out in life, but it's always about having fun, enjoying the present moment, figuring things out and going with the flow. And I think we did that really well. And I think the music video, you know, honestly portrays that, because, you know, me and you spent money and time. I mean, I didn't have much money at the time. I booked out the flights with you. I knew that potentially we're spending this money to not even see them. And Iceland's not a cheap place either. We went to the supermarket and spent like £20 on like 3 or 4 items. Despite not seeing them on the first trip, we still managed to have a great time, and I still loved Iceland.
And what I wanted people to get out of that was that never give up. Never give up on what you want to do. I wanted to see the Northern Lights. I wanted to compile it into this really amazing video. And after the first week, it was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. With a bit of luck and a bit of help and some planning, we managed to get the Northern Lights on video for the Twilight music video.
The overarching theme of the film is try and do things, go out and aim for something, but if it doesn't work out, just go with the flow, find something else and enjoy what you can.
My final message that I just want to get across in this was that the whole point of this video was to never give up. That's why at the end of the video I put never give up. There was many points in this whole process where I thought the song is not good enough, I'm not going to be able to make the video, the artwork looks a bit meh. And then ultimately, once I actually kept going, I didn't give up. Everything came together and it was just such a complete package. The song turned out way better than I could have imagined, and so clean and aggressive and fresh. A new direction, I feel like, for my sound. And the artwork turned out amazing. And the video just turned out to be such a fulfilling project to work on.
I hope you guys enjoy Twilight. I hope you go and listen to it, stream it. It's going to be on all the platforms, so stick it in your playlists, send it to your friends, dance in the kitchen with your grandma to it, obviously. And that's about it.
Overall, I'm just very, very proud of this, and a special thanks to Bilal, Nathan and Rory for helping me make this crazy project come to life, because without your help, I honestly would not be able to make it happen. So thank you very much, guys. So that is the story behind Twilight. I hope you like the song and the video, and you can go watch it, listen and stream and add it to all your playlists. DM me at Vekken Music on all socials. Let me know what you think, and remember, never give up. Thanks for watching. Go stream it. Did you like the video? No? Oh, you did? Nice.